This is ST-321, code clearance blue. We're starting our approach to deactivate the security shield.
Hi, I'm Paul and I'm with my mate James and welcome to Code Clearance Blue, a show where we discuss all things Star Wars from our home here in the UK.
We would be honoured if you would join us.
I've been looking forward to this.
If into the security recordings you go, only pain you will find. Welcome to another episode of Code Clearance Blue, and the reason for that introduction is Paolo and myself are going to be looking at some deleted scenes today.
Yes, bit of deleted scenes from which would be really good.
Indeed. But before we get stuck into all of that, we've got some news and some updates. But first of all, how the devil are you, sir?
Yeah, good. Yeah, all good. Thanks. Yeah, just at work at the minute. Just booked a little cheeky meeting room to do this job. A little bit of a podcast recording midday. So I can't complain. There's no Star Wars this week. That's annoying. But yeah. But apart from that, I am fine.
Good stuff. Well, let's crack straight into the meat of everything then. So there's been a couple of casting rumours. I mean, obviously now that the Skeleton Crew has finished, attention is shifting to other parts of the franchise. And the main one that's doing the rounds at the moment is apparently Natalie Portman is coming back.
No way.
I don't know who to play though.
What's this all about?
I don't know who she's going to play. Who would she be? I don't know.
I reckon she'll be a young Leia. I think she's the same age as Leia now.
I was going to say a young Leia.
A young Leia. How old do you think Natalie Portman is? 40s?
Yeah, she's like our age, isn't she?
I reckon so, yeah. So she'll be in her 40s.
Apparently, no, in Ahsoka 2, she might be back as Padme. So apparently, if that's to be believable, then I'm guessing we might get some more Anakin shenanigan in terms of flashback or something like that, maybe.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? That'd be really good. Because in one of the series, the animations, she goes to Padme's funeral, doesn't she? In the Jedi series.
Who does?
Ahsoka. She sneaks up.
Ahsoka.
Top, yeah, right at the top. She sort of sneaks about and goes to as Padme's funeral is happening. But yeah, that'd be amazing. A little flashback. Because obviously if that happened, then they must have been quite close, good mates.
Yeah, I think so. I think they did, like in one of the Darth Vader comics as well. They did a storyline where he goes to Naboo and finds like her final resting place.
Oh yeah.
And you can just obviously there's no expression because he's got the mask and stuff, but just that visual of him standing by like the tomb. And you can just imagine everything that's going through his mind, and that it's just quite powerful.
Yeah, I think that'd be amazing. It's a good, all those yeah, I would definitely have that.
And just as a little extra to that as well, Mr. McGregor might be making an appearance as Obi-Wan as well. Apparently, this is all speculation at the moment, but if we get Padme and Obi-Wan and Anakin, we could get some serious flashbacks on the go.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Bring it on.
Because they'll be able to use who's that young actress, Greenblatt? I forget her first name. The one who played her in the flashbacks of the Clone Wars. That she could obviously be Ahsoka back then,
And also Anakin in the uniform. Sorry, not Anakin. Obi-Wan in the Anakin in sort of that kind of that uniform. That we see in the Clone Wars as well, which would be amazing as well. That'd be really good. All that shit. I think I would make the whole series about that.
More of that.
Just her alone in the other galaxy, just having flashbacks, and then last episode, they come back and pick her up.
Yeah, she's sitting at the top of a mountain, just reminiscing. It's perfect.
Just every episode of flashback, come back to her. So, then go back again. Have you seen the new Lion King?
No.
Right, so it's a bit like that. So essentially, you've got the baboon guy reading the story to the new cub, and they flash back all the time. as he tells the story of
Brilliant.
yeah. So I think you could just do that, you know.
That's true. And actually, now we've spoken about this, Ray Stevenson's part as Balin Skull is going to be recast. Have you seen who's been put up for that?
No,
Rory McCann, who was in. You watched Game of Thrones, haven't you? Or
some of it. I've watched some of it.
yeah. See, I know there's a couple of my mates who haven't really watched it, and you're one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
don't like
played
anything new.
he played the Hound in it. He was like basically just like the geezer who takes no nonsense from anyone,
Right, I
and
see.
he does look a bit like Ray Stevenson / Balin with like the beard and everything. So I mean, could work.
Yeah, when you sent that sort of picture around, I knew him more from Hot Fuzz.
That's right.
Like, yup. Yup.
It's the Yarp fella.
The Yarp fella.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how
man, Geezer's got range.
so I remembered him.
He's got
He's got good range, yeah. Yeah. So no, it's good to see that. I mean, it's a shame about racing because he was absolutely brilliant in it, but yeah, but it can't be helped.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather see the continuation of the character's story at this juncture, because it's not like as if you're recasting a character maybe after you've had a trilogy or something, then you kind of know how the story pans out. Like Balin's like still one of the most intriguing characters outside of the title character, really.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think it's beginning to hot up the rumors on Ahsoka too, so that's good. And obviously, that because obviously it's a Dave project, then that's probably why we're getting the sort of clone flashbacks, and you know what I mean? Because obviously, Ahsoka's his main character, and he really wants to develop her, and because the flashbacks went down so well with fans, I think that it just makes complete sense to keep going. So if Natalie Portman is in it and Ewan McGregor, and then obviously Yarp Man as Ray.
Now that would be bold casting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah,
just suddenly thought
bring
of
it on.
something, but you've just completely blindsided me with Yarp again, and I've forgotten what I was going to say.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. The only other, well, this is more of a strong rumor because it seems like it's pretty official, but apparently Ryan Gosling is in the frame to star in James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi, as we're titling it, film that's coming out in a couple of years.
Really? So it's
Yeah,
beginning to
he's
get a
pretty
little
good.
bit of he's really good and beginning to get a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll take it if he's like one of the main people in it. I think he's a good actor. It'd be Ken in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, let's bring it on. Yeah.
So that's kind of all the I'll say news, loosely termed news that's kind of floating around at the moment. In some convention news and autograph news, the Star Wars Family Fun Day, which is held annually at Ewood Park. There's a football connection.
Yeah.
In Blackburn, they've been announcing their guest list, and it's looking pretty good so far. But something really caught my eye the other day that they've announced Hilton McRae, who is one of the A-wing pilots or B-wing, A-wing, I think, pilots from Return of the Jedi. Now he's a name that I've been collecting on the scene for like over 20 years, and he's someone that I haven't met. I'm not saying that he's never not done conventions before. I'm sure he has, but in terms of scarcity, I'd say he's one of the ones, especially from the original trilogy, that if you're into that sort of thing, I would say have a look at the website and see if you can get along and support the show.
Yeah. So when's that happening?
That's funnily enough, they've actually got it on May the 4th this year.
Hey, there we go.
So it's easy to remember.
Nice.
And also stateside, Imperial Walker Inc., who specialise in the behind the scenes people, they have got a really good dual signing taking place in February. And one of the guys involved is Richard Edlund, who's like one of the the big guys from ILM. If you've seen the documentary on Disney Plus, involved in a whole facet of stuff across the original trilogy. It's actually going to be his final signing as well. So he's going to take himself off the table after this signing. So if you are interested in that sort of thing, I would suggest heading over to Imperial Walker Inc. on Facebook. Answer the 2 questions to join membership of the group, and you'll be in and you can get involved. But final ever signing. And he's also, there's a signing with Mike Panzagrazzo, who was one of the matte painters as well, who worked alongside Harrison, Ellen Shaw, and people like that. And I think worked mostly on Return of the Jedi, may have worked on Empire as well. But yeah, he's also involved. So if you're into your behind the scenes people and collecting, then head over there, have a look.
Nice work.
Yeah, good
Seems
stuff.
hustle and bustle, isn't it?
Indeed, mate. It's just busy. Imperial Walker Inc. are really busy at the moment. They've got signings with Lorne Peterson. They're doing a project as well called the Women of Lucasfilm, and he's bringing Hector. I keep saying Hector keeps bringing all these first time signers, females that worked in the production staff or like in the model shop and all that sort of thing that have never been approached before. No one's ever given them time of day, and he started a project where he's trying to get as many of them as he can in 2025 to sign. So Lucy Wilson's a part of it, and she was George Lucas's first kind of right-hand woman, I think.
Right.
So she was there. She was helping do like script rewrites, photocopying, note-taking, all that sort of thing. She was right there at the heart of it from the beginning. So yeah, all good stuff.
Nice. Good stuff. Happy days. Well, the theme of this episode is we thought it would be quite a good idea to go back to the original trilogy and check out some deleted scenes and have a chat around it, see if it was a good thing to delete or not. Obviously, one of those scenes, talking of New Hope, probably was which came back was the Jabba scene. That was originally a deleted scene, wasn't it?
It was. Very cool to see Jabba. Very cool to see Boba for a split second. I don't know how necessary it was to put it in because most of the information we got from the Greedo scene.
Yeah.
So
you can see why it was cut, but obviously it came back. Now, here's a question: was Boba Fett in the original scene, or did they CGI him in as well?
I think they CG'd him in as well because if I remember rightly, the guy that played him is a guy called Mark Austin, I think. And you can see they filmed him like completely separate on like green screen and stuff, so they could just slot him in, I think.
Right, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't like the sign off of that scene either, where Han's like, "You're a wonderful human being," because when they filmed it, Jabba was an actor, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they thought, hey, it's a joke now. Because he's not human.
It's just not that funny.
It's quite corny, no, exactly.
It is.
Bit
I mean,
Star
it's
Wars
nice to
corniness.
get any extra Star Wars, but I mean, it's just, I don't know if it was really needed, to be honest.
Do you think, like, when they do a bit corny, that, like, when Vader said about choking to Krennic in Rogue One, do you know what I mean? Like, don't choke on your ambitions or whatever it was.
Yeah, but Vader's got a bit of that dark humour to him, though, isn't he?
He's got dark humour, definitely.
He really has, like in Empire, when he's just like apology accepted, and he's just like choked
so that's
out.
Funny, though. Like that's like, but that's not a sort of pun, sort of, you know what I mean? Like, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just a bit of like apology accepted. You know what I mean? That's quite funny.
but like the Rogue One was like, at least it was written within the confines of the script at the time, and it was like it made sense rather than they just went back and put, because why would Jabba be there looking for him if he's already got minions out searching for him in Mos Eisley?
And a lot of them,
he was certainly a lot slimmer back
then.
Well,
okay, he was a lot slimmer, and he's got quite a Scottish accent, isn't he, originally? So
Well,
it's-
Declan Mulholland was the guy that played him originally, like in the scene in like 1976. I presume maybe he's got some Scottish heritage. I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah.
cool. Right, let's have a little look then and see if we can watch some New Hope.
All right. So this, yeah, obviously originally just called Star Wars when it came out. So let's see what we've got. Tashi Station.
Tashi
Oh,
Station.
good. Here we go. Oh, back on Tatooine straight away.
Hey, Tatooine. Never seen that before.
So what's Luke doing? Some sort of moisture evaporating, is he?
Yeah, I suppose he talks a lot about the moisture evaporation, but we never really see him in action. Whereas here is obviously clearly in action.
Yeah, he can't speak Archie, can he? So
No, and then we've got sort of.
So is that
little
supposed
droid.
to be the beginning of the film that he's witnessing? Is that?
I think so. I think obviously he's looking up, and we can see some sort of reflections in the sky. He gets quite excited by it. So, and then obviously he wants the droid to come along with him. And I think he says, "Come on, get in gear" or something. But
Yeah, but the droid's just like, no, we've got evaporating to do. Where are you going? And then he's overexcited himself, and he's blown up.
he's blown up. But then obviously that's a reason why we need our new friends.
Yes. Now this bit of it, I do really recognise. Is this where he talks to? Oh no, this is not the bit with Biggs yet. This is when he's talking to his mates.
Just talking to chatting to his mates. Yeah.
So, oh yeah, there's Biggs. So there's Biggs, and then I think Anthony Forrest is also in this scene as well, who plays the Sand Trooper later on, who asks for their identification. There he is.
Oh, okay.
There he is with
Nice.
Koo Stark as well. Koo Stark plays his girlfriend Cammy, I think. And they really like they really see Luke as like the runt of the group. Like they call him Worm or something, or Wormy.
Yeah. But Biggs has got the old costume on. He's got a cape and everything, mate.
Yeah, you know why? Because Biggs is the man. He's off to the Rebel Academy soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he got accepted.
His parents were really proud. Yeah, Koo Stark is random. Like to think that she was in it. Really,
Yeah.
given like she's gone on to. I think she was going out with like someone from the royal family at some point. I think.
Really? That's interesting.
Oh, this is the scene I was talking about. This is like a really big, long, talky scene where Luke's just like, oh, like, when are you off? And he's like, yeah, I'm going soon. I've got, I really want to do my bit and all this. And Luke's just like, I'll never get out of here. Again, similar to kind of when he's talking to Baru and Owen, he's just like, I'm never going to get out of this place. And stuff.
Yeah. Again, you can sort of see why it went. I mean, it's quite good because obviously we're seeing Luke a lot more with his mates and friendship rather than that sort of tension with the family and how that, because that's basically what it's, he can't leave, he's not allowed to leave, he's got to stay for another year, that kind of thing. Whereas, again, like you said, they're sort of repeating the same thing. I've got to stay another year, So you can see why it went. But it's quite good to see friendships before he makes new friendships, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously later on we got another deleted scene that was actually put back into the film with the special editions where they meet up again in the hangar on Yavin 4, and that kind of, I suppose this would add a little bit extra weight to that conversation, and then spoiler alert, Biggs's death later on would add a little bit more context and colour to that maybe, but it is a very, very long scene. I mean, you can see here it's like one obviously maybe they might have like chopped it up with some more close-ups and stuff, but they're very sort of like still like one shot tracking and that's it, done.
Yeah.
It's not very interesting,
No.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm stuck here.
Yeah, it's quite long. Yeah, like I said, it's a long scene. But then they are talking about the Empire, and they're talking about the growth of it, and they're talking about like you say, the going to fight them and things like that. So you're getting a bit more of that story, but then I suppose it doesn't need to be told yet. You know what I mean? You're seeing all that later, that sort of story. And Obi-Wan says a lot of it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like the 3PO is very good at doing stuff like that as well, and you get that kind of, you get this. I mean, the opening crawl tells you what's going on, really. Do you know what I mean? Like,
It does, yeah.
good versus evil sort of thing. So, but like to your point, it's really good to see Luke actually have an interaction with like a close friend and everything. Biggs obviously treats him a little bit more like a younger brother, whereas everyone else kind of just treats him as like a bit of a nuisance, really. So,
Yeah.
I guess I won't see you.
but I've actually got a scene photo of this signed by
Oh,
Garrett
hey.
Hagen. Yeah. Got him to sign it with a quote saying, "You'll get your chance to get off this rock."
Nice.
I think it's this bit here, actually. I think like
So long, Luke.
just as a part. So yeah, if Hamill ever comes over and does a signing again, I mean, given his prices, I'll probably be able to afford to get one thing done. So that'll be in the running.
Yeah. But he's not cheap. Old Woman on Tatooine is next.
The Old Woman of Tatooine.
It's not the one from Menace, is it? Get going, Annie. What's she doing?
Storm's coming, Annie.
Oh man, that's her one role. She got done.
I don't think I remember that. Is that it?
No, yeah. Aunt Marie's blue milk.
Oi, oi! If things are about to get a little bit naughty.
Bit frisky. Just goes in a little.
There she is, Sheila Fraser. Still one of my biggest white whales in terms of my autograph collecting. I've got her on like a little card, but I need her on an actual photo. She's very scarce. She did signings in like the late 80s, early 90s, and that's about it, I think.
Right.
Pretty
Yeah.
costly as well when they do come up. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, you can sort of see why that went. Bit of blue milk.
Right, so
now
we're
search for R2.
So I mean, again, the innovation to do the land speeder on wide shots, obviously using the mirrors and stuff to like mask the wheels was pretty magical at the time.
Yeah. But no, I thought this was quite a good scene actually, just because it is quite moving. It's moving along. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, they are physically moving to try and find R2, and we get a bit more in depth. But again, I suppose if you think from a film perspective, if a lot of it's all on Tatooine, and you know what I mean, you really need to condense that down a bit. Do you know what I mean? You want to get on out space.
I'll be completely honest with you. The only thing about New Hope that I don't really enjoy that much is the whole Tatooine aspect of it at the beginning, because it does go on for quite a long time.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see why they trimmed a lot of it. And also, like when I'm watching it, when I show it to the kids and stuff, that's the bit where I always kind of hold my breath, because I'm like, oh, their concentration's going to start like really dwindling here, I think. So you can kind of understand it, you know. Oh, here we go. Dennison of Nerderwells and Undesirables.
That's it.
There he is. So that geezer, I've never seen anyone have an autograph picture of him.
Really?
Yeah, the bartender, Wooher, whatever his name is. Maybe there's one out there.
They've trimmed it down a little bit. The old cantina scene, haven't they?
Yeah, of course.
I think it comes a bit at the back end a bit more when it's obviously we see Han Solo with his girlfriend, and that's quite a famous scene that's been cut, isn't it? And a few faces around the cantina.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we just saw in the clip just before this one, the shot just before that, we saw Pam Rose actually, who, unfortunately for her, she's more right in the background in the actual film. Like you blink and you miss her. Oh, there's Jenny Cresswell, Han Solo's girlfriend. I think there's a scene of them having a chat, but I don't know if that's on this video or not.
I think it might be. Yeah, they're having a little chat just before, and you can see the cut point because she leaves. You'll see it in a minute, but
right, nice.
And then
I don't like you either.
It does. I like you.
Just watch yourself. We're wanting men.
I love the original voices.
On 12 sisters.
If you close your eyes, this could just be like EastEnders.
Yeah.
This little one's not worth it.
Yeah, when you see Darth Vader's sort of that voice, you know what I mean, and the onset David Prowse voice, it's funny.
Yeah, definitely. There we go.
God. Yeah, without the music and the sound effects, it's like you can see why they were all a bit skeptical doing this film. At the time, like saying this stuff.
I mean, it's a fair point because that's they literally all they've got is like the on-set ambience and that's it. There's the fly man. I don't think you see him in the film cut. I don't think.
No.
Ted Weston in the background there. He's just passed away like a year or two ago. But you only get the on-set noise and ambience and stuff. And no wonder the crew were a little bit kind of like, what the hell is going on? Like,
Yeah. And then we cut back outside again.
yeah, and now we've got a CGI Jew back in the background, haven't we? A water trough.
Yeah, true.
Which I think, for my money, changes like that, fine. Sort of cosmetic background stuff to add colour.
Nice moves, old
The Jabba scene, maybe we don't really need it, but
Yeah.
oh yeah, there she goes.
Captain of Millennium Falcon.
There she
Chewie here
goes.
tells me you're looking for.
Yeah,
places
so
to be
no,
on
all good so far. I do enjoy going back and looking at all these
If
things.
it's a fast ship,
Yeah, it
well,
is
you've
good.
never heard of Millennium Falcon. Should I
I've
have?
discovered Star Wars.
It's the ship that
A
made
nice
Kessel last in
surprise,
12
really.
parsecs.
Yeah,
I've outrun Imperial starships. Not the local bulk cruisers, mind you. I'm talking about the
Talking
big
about the Kessel.
Corellian ships.
I mean,
She's fast enough for you.
Harrison and Mark are practically the two biggest ones left now out of the cast, really.
Yeah.
2 droids.
That's it. There's not many.
No questions asked.
No questions. What is it? Some kind
It's
of
like
local trouble?
like this scene
Let's
and
just
Jabba's
say
palace
we'd like
in
to avoid
Return of the
getting
Jedi is like
repeatedly
where the
entangled.
bulk of my collecting goes, I think, because you just got so many different
Well, that's the real
creatures
trick
and
these days.
aliens and stuff, and
it's
then
gonna
obviously all
cost you
the
something
behind the
extra.
scenes people that created it all. And
Altogether,
it's like
10,000
it's
in
like a
advance.
massive proportion of like my collection.
We almost buy our own ship for
Yeah.
Who's gonna
Yeah.
fly it, kid?
No, it's
You?
good.
You bet I could. I'm
10,000
just a
in
bad pilot
advance.
myself. We don't have to sit here.
Jesus.
We don't have to sit here.
We'll
He's
take
like, calm down,
2,000
son.
pounds,
Calm
plus
down. Calm
50
down.
Sorry, that
It's
was
all
my
good.
plug that just fell out.
That's all right. It's the excitement.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, what's that? Star Wars black and white footage? What?
It is good in black and white, isn't it?
It's not bad actually. Yeah, although that
Yeah.
lighting behind Han is. Oof.
Yeah.
We'll leave as
It's
soon
a
as you
bit. It's a
land.
bit powerful.
Bay 94.
But yeah, it looks quite good actually. Oh, here they come.
Yeah. Bit of Stormtrooper action.
Because there was that rumor that like Lucas originally thought about maybe doing the whole film in like a foreign language, and having or like certainly just or like maybe or was it Obi-Wan's character? He really wanted this famous Japanese actor to play him, and he was going to just do it in Japanese and just have be subtitled or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is quite interesting, but obviously, as we just said, this film was so weird enough as it is that he probably reeled it back in and went, "Okay, we'll try and make it as regular as possible."
I think. I mean, I've seen a clip today. Actually, I can't remember who was saying it, but saying that basically Star Wars would never be made today just because of the way they commission stuff now compared to I mean, obviously Star Wars was really not made in the first place. It was only sort of Fox having a punt on it. Some bloke at Fox, trying to change the system a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? How these things just could never get made.
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
so
I mean, yeah,
random.
you're right. It's only Alan Ladd Jr. was the guy that championed it at Fox and just said, "I really," because he really liked American Graffiti. You see,
Yeah.
and he's just like, "I believe in this guy." So yes. Oh, Greedo there,
Greedo's made an appearance,
beautiful.
and he's got a posh sort of voice, English voice as well.
Yeah, yeah. Paul Blake, that is
Paul Blake. There you go.
Paul Blake. There's also when they did reshoots in America, I think a lady called Maria, someone, she's just passed away. She donned the Greedo as well because I think they had to do a couple of pickup shots and stuff.
Right. Cool. And then we're on to the Stormtrooper search.
Right, here we go. Oh yeah, walking through the. So this is where my autograph collecting gets silly because there's a woman in a scene. It might not be this one, but like a very similar one where she's just in the background talking to someone, and I've got her autograph.
Amazing.
Sally Sinclair. A little bit of humour with the big legs there and
The
everything.
big legs, yeah, that was good, wasn't it?
It was all right. Yeah, it's just adds more sort of colour to Mos Eisley, doesn't it? Although not
Yeah.
that much colour. There's not that many
No,
sort
it's
of
quite.
weird things walking about.
It's quite an empty street, isn't it?
Oh, there he is. Get out of the shot.
Get out of the shot. Darth Vader widens the search.
We've closed the spaceport of Mos Eisley. and
Oh
started
yes,
search
this is with
operation.
Leslie Phillips.
Just a matter of
Yes,
time before we find the droids.
who was? Do you remember that kids TV show, Johnny Ball?
Yeah,
He was the dad
Till then, we waste time.
his
with
dad in
government
there,
ties,
yeah.
foolish plan to break her.
with the old. He had a big grey bushy tash.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen behind the scenes stills of that little scene. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, no, this is the one that we mentioned earlier.
Mm.
Are you sure this is
Coming back to a bit of Biggs action just before the attack on the Death Star.
You sure you can handle this shit, sir?
Sure you can handle this, kid?
You met your father
What are you,
when I was
12?
born.
Yeah.
Great pilot. You've got half the skill he had. You're
Darklighter, who is this kid? Why is he on my platform? Get him off.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. That was good fun to have a little look at.
It was good. Obviously, if the whole of those scenes got put through like post production and stuff, it might lend itself. But I think more for time reasons, especially a lot of the Tatooine chatting stuff. You know?
Yeah, totally. It just felt, like it was laboured a bit.
Yeah.
If we ever get to do the prequels, sort of, particularly the meetings on Coruscant and things like that, they're quite good, just to understand the real bit more backstory. But you can sort of see why they went a bit more, Because
Yeah.
again, it's just a lot of talking,
Yeah. No, exactly.
A lot of
Yeah, I mean,
talking
people
for an action
criticise the
film.
prequels for being very talky, but I mean, man, that there's a lot of exposition dumped into some of those Tatooine scenes, wasn't there?
Yeah. Well, let's move on to Empire then.
Yeah, bit of Empire then.
Yeah, I think we get a lot of stuff that's happening. Here we go.
I thought you had decided to stay.
Well, the bounty hunter we ran into when Lord Mendel changed my mind.
Han, we need you.
We need.
Yes.
Getting chased by bounty hunters and all that caper in it, and then he's like, "You don't want me to leave," rather than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always found the dialogue on this bit like really hard to hear when I was a kid. I didn't know like the bounty hunter on Ord Mendel. I didn't really get that at the time and stuff. And yeah, there goes Chris Parsons walking through. He played about 18 different roles in this film.
Yeah, did they?
Yeah,
it's been cold.
Yeah, including that bit there where he walks through. Han coming back because he loves it. So this is obviously the extended bit that they're talking about. Where I can't remember what they're saying, but
I think they're just talking. Just generally like, we need help. You need, just extension, and then it's just more of the same. It just seems to repeat the dialogue a lot,
Right.
Of them needing it. I don't need you. You need me. No, you don't. We need you. Yeah, you're a great fighter. You said that.
See, the composition of that shot is really good. If that had made it into the final film, I think, decent. Like,
I thought you had decided to stay.
Oh, are these two at it again?
Yeah. Oh no, hang on. Oh, what's that?
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. It's a bit of a Wampa. Sort of.
So apparently they did have like a full sort of animatronic version of it, but it didn't work properly, which was one of the reasons why they had to cut these scenes out, I think.
Right, I see. And then there's R2, and there's one coming through the base again.
R2's like, what the fuck is that? I'm out of here.
Yeah. God. Oh man. I can see why it didn't work. Yeah, he's got.
Yeah, it just looks a bit ropey, doesn't it? Like.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe with Ben Burt's sound effects on and stuff like that as well. But I mean, yeah. Oh, hello. What happened to him?
Oh, trying to
They
kill
just
it.
run into a wall.
Yeah.
There's a wall round the corner. They didn't see it. Bosh.
Yeah, we're fighting something. Oh, there he is. There he is.
There he is. There's the lad.
It's just what he's looking at.
He's just saying it's fucking cold out there. I just want to come in for a bit of warmth.
Yeah. It's like, you think they would have found them when they built that whole base a bit more, right? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but I guess because maybe if they're plentiful outside,
True.
then maybe they didn't get them all. But I can see why, like in the novel, for example, like this would be good stuff to have at the beginning, you know, because it builds a bit of action, a bit of tension, and things like that. But I don't know, with Empire, I feel like it's cut pretty tight to the bone in terms of like the whole film is like so on point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that does look a bit ropey, doesn't it? It looks a bit like Frankenstein, but worse.
Yeah. Oh no, R2 got stuck.
Oh no. So this is the bit that I always remember is like 3PO ripping off the sign, because that kind of diverts the snow troopers into where the Wampas are.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I always remember as a kid, or like maybe as a teenager, maybe being like seeing photos of that and being like, what the hell is it? You know?
Yeah. Just grabs it. It's like, hello, you there?
Oh, the boss is like, what's going on in there? And he's like, oh, I don't know. Like John just got taken in by someone.
They two are just standing there.
I like how Vader's just like, right, you lot deal with it. I'm off. Right.
So we've got a bit of Leia and Han here. Oh, it's when Luke's in the old tank.
I mean, it's pretty impressive when the entire production sort of writes in how you get your face mullered because you actually did it in real life.
Yeah, totally. It's like, I think he's waking up.
I love Han. Han is so out of order to 3PO in this film all the time. And even there, just a withering look. You know what I mean? Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, again, added colour for this, yeah, fine. But what we get in the film is like fine as well, you know?
Yeah, it's enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then that's it. There we go. Scene finished.
Done and dusted. I suppose it adds a little bit more weight to how Leia might be feeling about Luke, and obviously, given the road that we could go down with that later on, perhaps best that wasn't involved.
Yeah, totally. So here we are in colour.
There we go. There you go. So he's not in the original. He's not in the final cut doing that, is he? The old 2-1B.
No.
See, all of this, like, it's way too kind of romantic, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
When I was out in that storm.
It is a bit, yeah. Oh, isn't that lovely?
I was real worried. You were worried.
As much as a bigger twist as Vader's being his father, I mean, these two being siblings, it's just like,
yeah,
you know,
it's good.
When did they actually decide?
It's a bit awkward. Yeah,
Tell me.
It is awkward. I feel a bit cringe watching it now.
Yeah,
a little
totally.
bit. Yeah, just you know. Oh, please!
Oh my God!
Thank God!
Oh, well done, 3PO. You've got the habit of
You've
interrupting this film.
There, well done.
Don't stop, your brothers and sister.
To be fair, R2's probably the one who knows that. He's probably
knows.
Like, get in there.
That's why he came in and interrupted them.
Although that would have been the second kiss that he. Well, that wasn't even a kiss, but the second time he interrupts romantic gestures, isn't it? Because he does it later as well.
Yeah. And he
I
witnessed
can't remember what are they talking about in this bit. I can't.
Talking about Han Solo again, about paying off that criminal he owes that money to.
Well, oh yeah, and Luke's saying fair play, I think, in it.
Yeah. And then they talk about the ice creatures and then Han Solo comes back in.
Yeah, and then we kind of start where we pick up in the film, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, your worshipfulness.
Yeah.
Right now, proper Battle of Hoth stuff.
Yes.
We got Julian Glover, we got Paul Jericho, and we got Ian Liston in the AT-AT. Oi, Smasheroonie.
Oh, bit of storyboard stuff, bit of animatic.
Yeah, that's cool. Like that.
Right, here we go.
I recognise those fingers.
Those fingers. And
what's he got there? TV remote or something?
Yeah, it's got a bit of hello.
I mean, that looks weird.
Does look weird. Is it some sort of special? Oh, like a bit of catch.
A little bit like bit like Catch the Fly with the chopsticks, isn't it? That.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah. It's all a rich tapestry, isn't it?
Oh, off he goes.
Yeah.
A little bit of training.
Yeah, he doesn't do any saber training, does he? Actually, yeah. Not like this, anyway. I know he takes it into the cave, but I mean, there's no. He doesn't, does he? Any saber training when he's actually just out and about?
No,
I remember.
no.
So that could have been quite cool to leave that in, maybe.
Yeah, a bit more. But again, there was quite a lot of training, wasn't there?
And yet, some people would say not enough.
True.
Now we're on Bespin. There he is, Lobot, having a little wander.
Love a bit of Lobot.
Yeah, underrated.
He's hiding.
He's hiding. Very good hiding as well. Good stuff.
That was good. Good hiding. Kids hiding.
Barely got his knee behind the wall, but you know. Stormtroopers are fucking useless, aren't they?
It's crap.
Oh,
they got captured.
Oh, point taken then. Point taken. Sorry, lad. Take it back.
They're pretty good.
There we go. No, look.
He's the kids' players. Love it.
He's like, come on, everyone. Oh no. We need R2. Classic. This is the thing that me and my youngest always banter about the most, the Falcon just being an absolute shit heap and then try and fix it.
Yeah. On the asteroid.
I think they're moving away.
So is that inside the cave or the asteroid field?
I think it's the asteroids field.
Okay.
Oh, it might be the cave because I think this is where they're bombing them, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Randomly bombing them.
The old TIE bombers just flying around.
Short.
There she is, charging up the old right hand. I wonder what for.
He's in hibernation.
The mind boggles.
Lando's fixed it so we can find that ship.
What is this fat?
The bounty.
Poor mom.
They still never really filled in the blank, did they, about how the lightsaber was on Takodana?
Yeah.
Because there was
it's quite weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, there was that whole thing about how the opening of The Force Awakens was going to be Luke's hand still clutching the lightsaber and like floating through space or something.
No way.
Mm.
His poor hand.
He's got a good agent. Yes, well, that was pretty interesting. Obviously, most of the stuff was based around Hoth and Echo Base, which naturally assume, but I think, as I alluded to earlier, Empire's pretty tight in terms of the film overall. I don't think there's much stuff they could have put back in. What do you think?
No, I think you're right. I think it's really added to it. I think, again, you're getting sort of distracted with what's really happening, which was essentially at Hoth, you got this rebel base. They found them. They found the Imperial base, and that's all we really need to focus on. We don't need to think about the local Wampas and things like that. It's quite good, obviously, the one we do see, but yeah, it's quite good just to not have these sort of side distractions.
Yeah.
Because it's exciting enough, will Darth Vader grab it and get them, you know what I mean? Will they land in time? Will they gonna, and they sort of escape again in time? So yeah, we should move on to Jedi.
Oh, okay, yeah. So this is after he's been speaking to here we go, Gerard. Yeah.
I tell you, this station will be.
Just imagine he was your boss. Honestly, the stress would be.
And just like it gives a proper excuse of I just need more time and more men. No,
he's
got enough.
He's literally asking the impossible.
Yeah.
The Emperor's coming here. That is correct.
And then he's just like, well, he's coming, and he's like, oh, we'll double our efforts.
Yeah, exactly. Just all done on threat and fear. Love it. The whole organisation.
Yeah, really. See, and another dark joke as well. The Emperor's not as forgiving as I am.
Yeah.
He loves it, mate. He'd have a career in stand-up if he wanted to.
Yeah, love it.
So I assume this is the bit, where he walks to his little sort of chamber and reaches out to Luke.
Yeah, so this is interesting, isn't it? When he does this,
go on,
reaching out, because obviously this happened in our sort of new trilogy as well, where they're sort of talking over, and it happens a little bit later in Jedi anyway, doesn't it? It's like, but this is sort of the first time we see this, where they're having a little chat, and then obviously Luke's in the cave.
Well, it does happen at the end of Empire, to be fair. They do.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
We see Luke building his lightsaber there, which is back in the old days. That was kind of like the last test to pass before you were kind of recognised as a Jedi, wasn't it? It was like if you built your own lightsaber as well, then. But that kind of it's really cool to see it, but like it kind of would have ruined the surprise of R2 having the saber on him. Do you know what I mean?
Because it's great that he's got it sort of hidden away, and also obviously Luke had to build the lightsaber purely on because he lost the last one, rather than build a lightsaber to be a true Jedi, I suppose. But
that's right,
because there's just not the spares like they were in the prequels.
No, that's it.
Yeah,
General Grievous's museum wasn't open for him to just go.
And then we pick it up here, sort of, don't we?
And I think we've discussed this before when we were talking about the trailers, but they had to change it to a green blade because the blue didn't show up against the Tatooine skyline too well. I think some footage of it exists in one of the original trailers for the film. So yeah, that's why they changed the color basically, and then that's what's led to Jedi only having blue and green in the prequels and stuff like that. So, apart from Mace, obviously, and now obviously, well, actually saying that, now we've got we've got the rainbow, haven't we now? But
yeah. Totally.
So if I remember rightly, this bit wasn't usable because they made it too much of a storm. Really, it was just like sand was getting absolutely everywhere.
Yeah. You can't really see what's going on.
Yeah, and exactly, Han.
Yeah.
Exactly, Leia. Bloody hell, imagine wearing 3PO's costume doing that scene. Mate, you'd be shaking
my God.
Out.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad.
I think they transposed most of this dialogue into the scene where they're both like shooting off in space.
Yes, they definitely did, didn't they?
Yeah, there you go.
I've probably skipped to an old friend.
Yeah. I had to. So my youngest, when we go out driving anywhere, he always asks me to do him a Star Wars story. So I have to like recount a whole film for him, basically.
Excellent. That's
and the last one we did was Jedi, and yeah, I said that line. I was like, Luke's going to go the other way because he's got a promise to keep to an old friend, and like in the back seat, his little voice, he just went, "That's Yoda."
Amazing.
Off he goes, never to be seen again.
It's gone. God, it's a long old scene, isn't it?
It's
Just to
quite long
leave.
in it, yeah. But
Oh,
just checking his hands okay, because obviously he got blasted.
true.
Yeah, imagine. Look at it. I mean, bloody hell. What would they?
Can you
What would
imagine
they
though? Like,
had like just 3 big like wind machines like off camera,
yeah,
just like
yeah. They
mental.
just. It looks like it's all been done in a studio. I think, because it wouldn't really matter in the background because you can't see anything. So I think. But can you imagine, like, you know, all that work, and the scene's just fucking gone.
Yeah, right.
And there we go, and then sort of have the same conversation here.
Yeah, there you go. See.
Can
See
see
that
an
there
old
was that
friend.
woman that came out said that she was going to be a Jedi in Skeleton Crew. Did you see that?
No, didn't see that.
She filmed her scene. She filmed her scene and everything, and it just got cut.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is a bit more action in terms of storming the bunker and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Which is good. I mean, you always want a bit more action, but
Yeah. It's always interesting to see things like this, like we said earlier, like without the music on it and the proper sound effects and everything. You know, it's quite makes it really kitsch.
yeah. I think that, we've got some music on this one,
Oh, okay.
but there's not much on. If you not much dialogue, because obviously they're just going from. But he's very Rogue One, that guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
His
very.
costume there,
Yeah, the helmet and everything.
just because he doesn't have his overalls on. Where the rebels get the fucking camouflage stuff from? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. Stalk it back in base. I don't know.
Got snow, got fucking camouflage.
I think Kenner gave it to them all.
Yeah. Old what's his name? Mon Mothma, the old Senate raising more cash. We need camouflage. I was like, oh no, we've just done snow last week.
Where are we going now? Oh, for
Yeah.
God's sake!
A bit of rebel scum action.
She's like, I can't keep sending my husband down the Swanee.
Yeah, exactly. You rebel stuff.
Oh, now this is really interesting. I've seen these before, where like he gets the order to like he stands up to Vader here. He's like, this is my domain now, like. And Vader doesn't take it kindly, but he said it's the Emperor's wish or something. So yeah, he's just like, oh right.
It's the Emperor's command. Yeah, he said. Yeah.
Yeah, so he gives him a look. He's like, yeah. No, you're
Yeah, he's a bit more. He doesn't look like the same type of character, does he? Than the one we know, though.
No, but now, like he gets the order to fire and everything, and he like hesitates.
Yeah, sure.
Which I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
Because it just goes to prove that, like, these guys, you know, they do work for the Empire, but it's just a job at the end of the day, isn't it? It's obviously, as you watch it as an audience member, you're like good and bad, and that's it for the story. But if this was real life and you got that order, you probably would think twice about like doing it, because you're like, hold on a minute.
Yeah. Practice. And then
I just think like it's really interesting. I just think that there's Glyn Baker getting another little role. He's right at the beginning of the film.
Yeah. And this is when the deflector shield is down.
Right.
And it's a bit panicked. Like, oh my god, they're gonna get through.
Look, I love that alert. No graphics yet. Brilliant.
No graphics. Empty space.
Whereas now they can use the volume and be like, this is exactly what you're looking at.
Rebel fighters have entered the superstructure. Open the power discharge gates. Flood sectors 304 and 138.
Yeah, no, it's good. I wouldn't have been upset if this had been left in. I think it's a nice little like humanistic part.
Yeah, and also it's showing, because obviously we're seeing the similar thing with Admiral Akbar, you know, what their tactics are, and then this is obviously their counter tactics. Sort of like, you know, how they're immune targets in range and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it would have been quite interesting to see sort of both going at the same time. But yeah,
it would have been. I suppose the only thing
it would have taken it for so long.
Yeah, like you can imagine the conversation in the edit suite would be like, yeah, but the meat of this is like Vader and Luke and the Emperor, really. You know, do you want to spend too much time away from that? Plus, you've got all the stuff going on Endor and the space battle as well. I mean, it's again just for time, I guess. I don't know, but
Yeah.
But I'm glad that those scenes survived. Though I think I've always rooted for Jar Gerard. I knew he'd be a bit of an all right guy in the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good stuff. I'm sure he got another job.
I don't think he did.
No, he's gone. Brown bread. See you, mate.
He's floating in space somewhere now.
Yeah, he would have got another job. Good stuff. Well, I hope you enjoyed having a little watch through and these old scenes from the original trilogy. It's quite good to talk about the original trilogy. Can't forget about it with all these new things coming out. And then, we'll be back next week with more shenanigans.
Absolutely. Might have an interview or two lined up for the near future, so watch this space. But we'll definitely be back on Twitter at UK Star Wars Pod. Do fire us any questions or topics you'd like us to wrangle with, and we'll have a look. YouTube, just search for Code Clearance Blue, and we're on there as well. And TikTok, Code Clearance Blue again. Just search it, and we should pop up. So yeah, get involved. It'd be good to hear from any of you. But thanks for listening, and on behalf of Paolo and myself, we'll say may the force be with you all.
Starting our approach, deactivate the security shield.
Security deflective shield will be deactivated when we have confirmation of your code transmission. Stand by.